everyone, welcome to round 2 of my standard PPTQ tournament report. So in round 2 I faced banned tokens. Quite powerful deck, which was played by Sam Black at the Pro Tour, and it was also praised as like the most powerful deck in standard, had the best win percentage at the Pro Tour, and I think, okay, well, it was only played by a couple of people and those people are very, very good, but yeah, I know the deck is very good. So what happens in this matchup is the banned tokens deck tries to gain a lot of advantage with its 3 main cards: Retreat to Meria, Gideon Ally of Zendikar, and Secure the Base, as you can see here. So Retreat you ideally play on turn 5 and then play a land after that, ideally a fetch land, so you can like use the landfall as soon as it hits. So like a dream start would be Gideon on turn 4, make a guy, Retreat on turn 5, play a land, or maybe animate Gideon, play a land, fetch land. You can like crack for 11 already, or you can do tons of tokens, and then Secure the Base is really, really good with Retreat. And the thing about Retreat and Gideon is that they can both create a very big amount of tokens, but they can also pump your team very well. So it's, yeah, these cards are very versatile and they do pretty much everything you want them to do. So what else does this deck do to fill out the curve? Well, it plays Hangerback Walker, of course. I mean, you're playing a tokens deck, and Hangerback Walker is one of the, yeah, used to be one of the most played cards in Standard. I think at the Pro Tour it was like in the top 10 for sure. And yeah, I mean, it's a great card, and it's great especially in this deck. The Nissa Westwood Seer, this card really, really shines in this deck because you want to hit your land drop every turn. For retreats, for your man lands, and for cards like Wingmate Rock that are also token makers. So the trick with this deck is you just try to beat people that play 1-for-1 removal. Because you're not going to win against a token deck with 1-for-1 removal, you're just going to lose completely. You have no way of winning that battle. They have so much card advantage in the form of token producing. So yeah, there's different ways of beating the deck. As I said before, in my sideboard deck, I wanted to have 2 Virulent Plagues to be sure, but I thought 1 Virulent Plague plus my 5 blue counter spells in the sideboard should be fine, because as you can see, their most powerful cards are Wingmate Rock and Gideon, Secure the Base, and Retreat to Meria. All cards you can actually counter with Disdainful Stroke. And you can also counter Secure the Base with Dispel. So yeah, I actually like this matchup. So game 1 was really, really close. The game went back and forth. My opponent was able to stick 2 retreats, which was not very good. The thing is, I only had 5 lands, and I drew my lands in a very poor fashion, where I had my Smoldering Marsh, my red-black duel, and my 2 forests in play, and the Canopy Vista. So all my green sources and my red sources, and then I drew Wooded Foothills, which just fetches nothing. So this just happens, and so I kept being on 5 lands, wasn't able to play many spells per turn. I had a bunch of Dem Protectors, but yeah, if you don't have enough lands, they're just too slow. I had like 3 turns to draw 1 out of 9 outs, which would have been Gideon, Siege Rhino, or Abzan Charm, because I was able to put my opponent on 1 life actually. It was very close, and then I got killed on the crackback. I mean, he had a Secure the Base activated, then he had the retreats. He played a fetch land, and he didn't have to crack it, but yeah, pumped his team, got in there, and I lost. So I brought in my Tragic Arrogance, my Duress, my Painful Truths, my Virulent Plague, and my counterspells. So the idea is, again, I have extremely powerful cards like Tragic Arrogance and Virulent Plague that just completely wreck the opponent, plus cheap interaction. And the thing with this deck is it's kind of slow and kind of on the expensive side, because the cheap cards don't do as much. So game 2, play the turn 1 Warden, turn 2 level up, turn 3 Virulent Plague, and yeah, my opponent scooped like 3 turns later. I mean, it was not close. Virulent Plague just completely destroys the deck. If they can't deal with it, I mean, he played Gideon and plused it, then died on the next turn. Like, sure, you can do that, but it just does nothing. You need like 2 Gideon emblems to offset the effect of Virulent Plague. So, game 3, pretty much the same. I was in a draw. Played my Warden, had my Virulent Plague, my 1 Virulent Plague, yeah, I was very lucky. And 2 backup Dam Protectors, a Painful Truth, and a Disdainful Stroke, and yeah, I just had a perfect hand. And then I got a match loss for outside assistance, for actually doing nothing. So I will talk about that in a separate video because it's too long to talk about this topic, and it was a very weird situation because I was wondering like, man, this is awesome, I'm 2-0, I'm beating him completely, like everything is working out, and then you just get like a penalty that's not deserved or adequate at all. So yeah, ended up on a little bit of a sad note there. I mean, could have been 2-0, but there were still 3 more rounds to go. I had a good deck, I had a good day overall. I wasn't drawing particularly well, except for the games 2 and 3 of this tokens matchup, but I felt pretty confident I could do it. So, see you in the next round.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, it really helps us out. You can find us on Twitter at MagicGathStrat, Facebook /MagicGatheringStrat, or on the web, magicgatheringstrat.com. There you can find articles and free prize-supported leagues. This is all brought to you by our Patreons and cardhoarder.com. If you enjoyed this content, please consider supporting us at patreon.com/magicgatheringstrat.